Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash, the True Inferno. Now, as you know, today is August the 18th, meaning that today is my birthday. Yes, happy birthday to me. And before I get on with today's main topic regarding this week's throwback tunes, I need to give a shout out to my boy Piccolo. His birthday was on August the 17th, the day I was recording this video. So yeah, happy birthday to him. Also happy birthday to Ronald Martin. His birthday, same day, August 17th. Now, I'm not sure if Wild Boy still watches my videos, but he has some twin siblings or cousins whose birthdays are on the same day as mine, August 18th. So happy birthday to them. My girl, Brittany, aka Salaya. How you pronounce that name? It's been a minute. Her birthday was last week. Happy birthday to her. I got cousins, uncles, my father's birthday, grandfather's birthday, all on this month. A lot of friends' birthday on this month. So happy birthday to everybody, you know, in the month of August, and to all the Leos out there. But most importantly, today is my birthday, August 18th. That's all that matters to me. So I'm not just playing, but yeah, you know. So that's out the way. Now let me get on with the second thing I want to get out the way. And this is a big announcement. Y'all know it's coming. I gave y'all hints through my videos, in some cases, I guess, and through the latest beat album that I released last week, which is the best hour of Kyoto, which is only available at trueinferno.bandcamp.com. So go over there and pick that joint up. So yeah, and here it is, KH4. Yes, the Kyoto Hour Volume 4 is official, and it will be coming out this December the 2nd. So normally it's a November thing, but I'm gonna switch it up this time around, like early December. It's, you know, not that far from November. So the subtitle for this one is 4 Seasons. So yes, Kyoto Hour Volume 4, 4 Seasons, or you could call it the Kyoto Hour 4 Seasons. Whichever one. It comes out December 2nd. I'm gonna have a single coming out from that album real soon, like early September. Then the second single will come out in October. Then the third and final single will come out in November. And then, of course, the album will drop on that Friday, December the 2nd. I was thinking of doing it on Black Friday, but I'm like, nah, I don't think so. So I decided to hold it back a week from that. December 2nd is the date. And again, the only place to get it is on, at the time being, is on trueinferno.bandcamp.com. So yes, all the beats are done for that album, by the way, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, piggybacking off of the second thing I want to get off my chest, rather, let's get on to today's album. So as you know, I said I got something planned for y'all. You know, I said this last week, and as y'all know, today is my birthday. Third time I mentioned that, at least. So I'm going to review an album that I did. Yes, you heard me right. And what better album for me to review than the one I just released last week? So that's right, this week I am reviewing the best hour of Kyoto. Now this is a beat album, so obviously there's no lyrics, there's no nothing like that. It's just a beat album. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So like I mentioned, it came out last week, but to be more precise, it came out August the 12th of this year. And yes, I am breaking my own rules because, like I said, I just thought about that. It's supposed to be 10 years old or older, but this is my show. So yeah, I'm doing something special for me since, again, it's my birthday. So yeah, there you go with that. So yeah, anywho, so the best hour of Kyoto was done by yours truly, Dash the True Inferno. And it came out, like I said, last week, August the 12th of this year, under L.I.F.E Productions. You know, that's my own record label. Anywho, there are a grand total of 25 tracks, but only one of them is a skit. Meaning there's 24 tracks that are just straight up actual tracks, and not skits or anything, meaning I can give you a top 5 and not a top 3. So with that said, let's get straight on with the tracks. The first track is called The First Hour. Now, before I go on any more with the track listings, now seeing how this is the best hour of Kyoto, I grabbed the best tracks from Kyoto Hour Volume 1, the Kyoto Hour Volume 2, Continuity, and the Kyoto Hour Volume 3, Rising Sun. So I grabbed, if memory serves me correctly, I grabbed 9 tracks from the Kyoto Hour Volume 1, 7 tracks from the Kyoto Hour Volume 2, and 8 tracks from the Kyoto Hour Volume 3. Give you a grand total of 24 tracks, and then the intro gives it 25. So yeah, so the second track is Exploration off of Volume 1. So really the first 9 tracks I'm about to mention here came from Volume 1. So yeah, Exploration, followed by Danton Sekatsu, which stands for Downtown Lifestyle. Next on the list is Simply Calm, followed by F.E.S. Far East Style, which was the third single off of this album, the Kyoto Volume 1. Next up was Tech Supplier, followed by Deeply Mellow. Then is Funkinese, the unofficial 4th single off of the album. Next is Depu no Haru, which stands for Deep Spring. And then of course we got Samurai's Path. And yeah, there you go with that. And actually Danton Sekatsu was the second single, and then of course Samurai's Path was the first single. Now track number 11, moving on to Volume 2 now. Track number 11 is Journeys Express, followed by Seijo Dori, which is an actual street in Kyoto. Next up is A Scroll Down Gion, followed by Continuity, which was the first single off of Volume 2, followed by the third single off of Volume 2, which is Sanke, thanks Hiroshi Fujiwara. And Sanke stands for respect, by the way. Track number 16 called Danton Sekatsu 2, so Downtown Lifestyle Part 2, followed by Cherry Blossom Blues. And then it's the second single off of Volume 2, Kagensen no Kuwujingu, which stands for Coastline Cruising. Next up is the 4th single off of that album, Sanke 2, a Jun Shiba tribute. And as you know, that is basically a tribute for Nujabes, rather. Then we move on to the tracks that came from Volume 3, starting with track number 20, which is Shinkansen, followed by Cloud Surfing. Then there's Goku ni Okureru. Now, I just gave y'all the 3 singles off of the Rising Song album. And Goku ni Okureru stands for Late for School, while Shinkansen stands for Bullet Train. Next up is Pozu, which stands for Pose, followed by Kagensen no Kuwujinju 2, which again stands for Coastline Cruising, but this one's Part 2. And then the last track is the called the Kabuki Experience, rather, the Kabuki Experience. So yeah, there you go with that. And actually, no, that's 6 tracks off of Volume 3. My fault, my math was way off here. So let me redo that math real quick. So the first 9 tracks came from Volume 1. So outside from the intro. So track 2 to track number 10, it came from Volume 1. Track number 11 all the way down to 19, another 9 tracks actually, came from Volume 2. And then 6 came from Volume 3. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, let me give y'all my best track off this album from worst to first. Now, seeing how this is an album that I made, and this is basically a collection of, or a best of album, all the tracks on here are good, are really, really good, without question. But again, just because a track is like the worst track of the album doesn't mean it sucked or it's terrible or it's okay or decent. It still is good. It's just not like, it's just like the worst one out of them all. The worst one out of all the classics. Let's put it like that. So, starting from the bottom on up, we got the Kabuki Experience, followed by Danton Sekatsu Part 1, then Pozu, followed by Journey Express, Deeply Mellow, Cherry Blossom Blues, Shinkansen, Tech Supplier, Seijo Dori, Goku ni Okureru, Danton Sekatsu 2, and here's where things gonna get a little bit more difficult. Actually, that's at that point, Danton Sekatsu 2, that's where things started to get really difficult here for me. Kagensen no Kuwujingu 2, then Depu no Haru, and then of course Kagensen no Kuwujingu Part 1. And then, you know, this is where things really started to get difficult, because I didn't know how to really do my top 5. You know, well, okay, but next on the list was Funkinese, and then it was Far East Style, F.E.S., and then here's where things start to get really difficult right here. We got Sanke Part 1, and then it's Sanke Part 2. So yes, I listened to both of those. I'm like, I gotta go with Part 2, edging out Part 1. But neither Sanke tracks were better than Exploration, in my opinion. And that one was tough to leave out of my top 5. Exploration was really good. It was a really underrated track, now that I look back at it. Now let me give you out my top 5. Number 5 is Simply Calm. That mug is on point right there. And again, it was tough between that, Exploration rather, Sanke 2 and Sanke. Because those were all good tracks. But at the end of the day, I had to roll with Simply Calm as my 5th best track off of this album. It was just too dope right there, but it was close. Number 4 was A Stroll Down Gion. Now that one is like one of the best tracks, and really the 2nd best track off of Volume 2. So when I compare that to Simply Calm, it was like Simply Calm is a classic, but A Stroll Down Gion is a bigger classic. It was that dope. And I'm like, I can't believe I made something like that. That was pretty amazing if I do say so myself. The 3rd best track off of this album, Samurai's Path. Samurai's Path is dope as hell, and it is the best track off of Volume 1 without question. And it was close, you know. I may look back and say Simply Calm was, but then I'm like, it would have been a single. But so I went with Samurai's Path because that one was dope and it was epic as hell. And again, it's another classic. 2nd best track off this album. Now this one was slightly tough, but I went with Continuity. Now Continuity, obviously, in my opinion, even though Samurai's Path was the best track off of Volume 1, but Continuity was better. So yeah, and that's the best track off of Volume 2. And Continuity, it was dope as hell. It was extremely dope, more so than Samurai's Path. But the number 1 track, the best, not only was this the best track off of this album, but seeing how this was the best track off of this album, this is the best track out of the Kyoto Hour series so far up to date. And I said this before, not in the video, but I said this in the description for this particular track. And when I said, and let me get the quote up real quick, because let me see. Samurai's Path. Not Samurai's Path. But I ain't gonna reveal what it is. There it is. And I said, and I quote, oh wait, no, I don't want to go here. Cause I'm looking at these albums right now. So let me give y'all the quote that I said for this particular track. And let's see. Here it is. I said, well, first of all, I said this single is dedicated to my Uncle D, who passed away 3 days before this single was released to the general public. This is, without question, the best beat off the entire album. Anyone that listens to it will instantly fall in love with it. I'm going as far as to say that this is arguably the best beat off the Kyoto Hour series. And I followed that up with 3 exclamation marks. And the track I'm talking about, Cloud Surfing. Cloud Surfing is dope as heck. And I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm apologizing for, but I'm sorry. Like I said, Continuity is amazing. Samurai Path is a classic, but Cloud Surfing takes the cake. And I said this before. I said this, or I mentioned it somewhere. But Volume 2 was the best album out of the series, and that one was a close battle between Volume 2 and Volume 2 and Volume 1. It was close between those two. While Volume 3 was like my least favorite out of 3 because I was restricted with the theme. But Volume 3 holds the best track out of any Kyoto Hour track, and that is Cloud Surfing. Cloud Surfing is that amazing. All these singles are on my YouTube channel, so you can check them out. But I would highly recommend you check out Cloud Surfing first. That joint is on point right there. Now, since how this is an album that I did, there's no professional ratings or anything like that. But I can give you. Now, do I really need to give you my overall rating on this album? I mean, come on. This is an album done by me, and it's a best of album done by me. So what do you think I'm gonna rate it? I mean, I'll give you time. I'll rate, got about, whatever, 30 more seconds. I'll go ahead. Okay, no, screw that. This is a 5 out of freaking 5. Come on. I mean, and obviously I'm gonna tell y'all to go to trueinferno.bandcamp.com and pick this album up. Now, obviously there's no physical copy of this album, but get the digital version, obviously. So yeah, trueinferno.bandcamp.com. Pick this joint up right now. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, next week, I am going to review God's Son by Nas because of the voting that went down last week as far as which Nas album I should review last week. And it was a tie between It Was Written, which I reviewed last week, and God's Son, which I'm going to review next week. So that means there will be no voting system for another week, but it will be back next week. So yeah, man, with all that out the way, this is your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh!